Okay, so do y'all want to start off with the worst anime games, or do you guys want to start off with the best ones?
I mean, go with whatever you want.
Okay. Anyways, guys, welcome to this video. We're gonna be talking about the worst and the best anime games from our perspectives. And pretty much, I guess I'm gonna start off with this one. A quick hot take: Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Have either one of you played it?
Yes.
You have.
I played it.
You have to. What was y'all's takes? Cause mine's not gonna be happy. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
I didn't
everyone's
like
gonna.
it either.
You didn't like it either. I thought it was. I was expecting something like um, the like Dragon Ball Z sagas or something like that. But
Yeah. I
Xenoverse was
mean,
shit.
basically, what I would say is what I was expecting from that game is what Dragon Ball Kakarot gave, I guess.
So how was Dragon? How was Kakarot? Dragon Ball Z Kakarot?
I mean, I didn't play that, but I heard it's good. I think Stunt played it, right?
Stunt play, but Stunt liked Xenoverse. So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna say I don't trust Stunt's taste, but his tastes are different than mine. As a true
Yeah.
fan of anime and shit, a lot of these games haunt me deeply.
I mean, it's not just about like true fan of anime. I mean, the game was, bad.
No, the game was, but I mean, like, what you
I
could
mean,
do with it? Why don't they
did
make a
you?
Skyrim type game that's anime? Make like a Naruto Skyrim or some shit.
No, I mean, the best thing for Skyrim, I would say, is Pokemon.
Yes,
Like on a big ass map.
but I mean, you could do it with like something like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. I think
I
you
mean,
could
no, I
make
mean, look, like you could make it that way, but like what I'm saying is like when, it's like an open world and shit. I think the best right now that needs a good, like a good open world, maybe MMO is Pokemon because the Pokemon games like they're still running on the nostalgia part. Like these, like the Nintendo guys, they're still running on the nostalgia of the old ass Pokemon games, and they're still banking on the same shit. They're not
Nintendo does
making
that with
like newer
everything.
audience.
Sadly, they
Yeah,
do that with a lot of shit, and that's why
yeah,
Nintendo. I'm
but
not a big Nintendo fan anymore because of
dude,
that.
we didn't get Eden's perspective on
Oh yeah,
Xenoverse.
So we're just talking about Xenoverse as a whole, or Xenoverse 1 and 2.
you could
I
talk
mean, I
about
mean Xenoverse
both.
2.
Just one. I only played the second one, but
Ah, okay, okay. Well. If you didn't like the second one, then you more than likely would not like the
Yeah,
first one.
first
I would
one
just
was
say,
worse, I think.
yeah, it was worse, but like just in the sense that like the second one, if I'm not mistaken, added a little bit more, and like nothing to where it made it outstanding. Like people still kind of had the
Yeah.
same opinions. But yeah, so yeah, you definitely wouldn't like the first one then. I thought it was cool for the time it came out in. I actually enjoyed it. Just because it was something different that didn't feel like the worst thing in the world because like I played way worse. Um it was another Dragon Ball game that's slipping my mind right now. But I think that was way worse than Xenoverse. Like I'm not saying it's one of the best, but it had my attention at least in the beginning.
I mean,
the beginning had
Dragon
my
Ball
attention as well.
compared
I can't
to,
say anything against that. The beginning was decent. It's just I didn't like the combat system. A lot
I
of the
mean,
combat systems
okay,
now I'm not a fan of.
no, no, see, I would say Dragon Ball Xenoverse is bad only because compared to all the other anime games, I think some of the Dragon Ball games are probably the best. So compared to
I do
those
agree with that.
games, Xenoverse is bad. But compared to One Piece games, yeah, Xenoverse is probably one of the good ones.
One Piece has some bad games. I will agree with that. I know.
Yeah, One Piece has some garbage games.
I know. With
Yeah,
me.
for one,
Oh, go ahead,
what?
Edenz. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say for the One Piece games, the only ones that I tend to enjoy are the Pirate Warrior games, and that's only because I have a bit of a familiarity with
Dynasty Warriors.
yeah, the Dynasty Warriors franchise.
Yeah.
So it was a lot easier for me to like play that game than most.
Yeah, I mean, I used to play Dynasty Warriors as a kid because it's, it was a good experience of like getting these big ass powerful generals and shit and, like stomping out thousands and thousands of enemies and stuff. But like, I mean, you know, how much could you entertain yourself by just, killing thousands and thousands and thousands and just, that's the only thing you could do in the game.
It just let me down a lot. A lot of these games did. Like, my biggest issue with a lot of them is the fighting styles. Just because when
Yeah.
I first got into like anime games and stuff, it was with the Pokemon, only ones on like the Game Boy Advance, Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then it was with Naruto, Rise of a Ninja. And in that game, the combat system was a lot different because in the games now, like Ninja Storm, Pirate Warrior, Pirate, Pirate Warriors, and Xenoverse, all we see is it feels like the same type of combat system where it's like hit square, 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 triangle, triangle, and it does like a big move. Or just spam square, squares your punch or kick, triangles your hit, just hit those a bunch. And then, L2 triangle and it does a big blast, or L2 circle and it does this blast. Or, what's
I
another one?
mean,
Or Ninja Storm is a good example. The way you do your big attacks on Ninja Storm, you just hit triangle, triangle, circle constantly, and it does a big attack. And I remember the reason I said that is because I remember facing my friend and him, and his little brother would always come and he'd pick Minato and like these big characters, and literally all he'd do is he'd go triangle, triangle, circle, triangle, triangle, circle, triangle, triangle, circle. And it's like, dude, you're just spamming these big attacks, and it got really annoying.
I mean, like these games do have a few things that you could do instead of just spamming and shit. Like I would say one of the best games is Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
yeah
that's
that
the
game
best,
like
the best.
yeah. I mean, to me, yeah, that is like one of the best. I mean, I picked out, two of my most favorite anime games as the images, right? One is, of course, Pokemon Emerald, and the other one is Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Oh no,
So, like,
Tenkaichi had some of the best. I didn't play. I think I might have played three, but not a lot. I played two the most,
yeah, I mean, I
and
don't know,
two was
like,
so fun.
yeah, I mean, dude, like, Budokai games were so old that, we would feel like we are some old people. It's that old, right? And if those games could have, been that good, and some of the like games that come out now, they're like garbage compared to those old ass games. And you could just look at those games and recreate, right? I mean, how big is One Piece like franchise, right? Like,
It's huge.
dude, it's huge as fuck. They have a ton of money. They could do anything they want, and they just put out these garbage games. Like I've never played one good One Piece game.
I
Never.
I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I played, kind of good Naruto games. I played good Pokemon games. Though, again,
Well, like I
Pokemon,
said,
there's another shit.
Pokemon I've played.
Pokemon older games I would play are the good, I would say are the
Yeah.
good games. New, everything is garbage. Like I've played Sword, and that's probably the worst Pokemon game I've ever played after Pokemon Go. Of course, Pokemon Go is the ultimate garbage, but
Damn.
I will say with
Okay,
Naruto
maybe
games,
maybe we gotta talk
the
about some
new
good one.
Naruto games, like Ninja Storm games, I was never a fan of. Well, I mean, they were cool, they had these big crazy attacks and it all looked really good. But I wasn't a fan of the mechanics, the fighting style. It wasn't that good. That's why I bring this up a lot because it's one of the anime games I love. Just because it was an open world Naruto game. You literally got quests from the people in the Leaf Village, in the Hidden Leaf. You get quests from different like people in there, from the ramen store. You get quests from the scroll shop. You get quests from random people
Yeah,
when you just run around, and they're all side quests. And then you'd run out into the woods to go like do this side quest. You gotta jump, dodge traps, and then you've gotta fight bandits. And what I love so much about it is the fighting style was good. It was like a normal fighting style. You hit down and like square if you was like, and it did like a substitution jutsu where the log popped up, you teleported behind them, and you got up close and started fighting. But you could also throw kunais with like triangle, but you only had, so you could throw the kunais. You had unlimited pretty much. But then
yeah.
the way you did the jutsus though, I like it because the jutsus wasn't a spam. You didn't just do like square, 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 triangle, triangle, circle, circle, square, and you did a jutsu. It was you literally beat them up like you could do like square, square, kick, kick, punch them in the air, fight them in the air a little bit, and then kick them away across the map. And when you land, so now you're on the other side of the arena from them. So now you hit L2 and your dude literally does a hand sign. And then you take both your thumbsticks and have to literally do the hand signs with the thumbsticks to do a jutsu. So like let's say it was um like down up with both thumbsticks. You use both them for each hand. So it's like down up, right
Yeah.
left, up, down down, um right
I mean,
left,
yeah, whatever the
yeah,
thing was,
just things
you
like that.
have
And
to like do
like
it.
some of
Yeah,
them were long, some of them were kind of long. Like my
yeah,
favorite one to do was I'd play Naruto a lot, so I'd do the Shadow
yeah,
Clone. So you'd have to
yeah,
memorize them. And then I know playing as Orochimaru, he had a good one. So you memorize these, and you could do them so quick. Like I remember I'd hit people across, and I'm sitting there like trying to do this as quick as possible. And sometimes you do it perfect, super fast. Sometimes you do it and you'd fuck up, and when you fucked up, you're like, damn it, because you just slip or something, and it's something you can mess up like that. But now you can't really
yeah.
mess up if you're just in triangle, triangle, circle. How do you mess up hitting triangle, triangle, circle?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say all Ninja Storm games were trash, but I would say
The ones
like,
I've played
okay,
were
It,
no,
trash.
no, no.
it
See,
wasn't.
sorry, Eden's.
No, it was like going off what you were saying, Fiend. I was about to say like they weren't really trash. It was just like as like like one after another. There wasn't any drastic improvement that made it
Yeah,
that
exactly.
much different from the last.
Yeah,
Well, like
that's what I was gonna say. Like initially, I would say these games were good. Like I mean, initial like Ninja Storm 1, 2, 3, fine. But later on, when it became like these like other games, right, that came out later, anything that they improved, like then I would say they just became like Nintendo, right? Just banking on the same shit they were doing
yeah,
previously.
they just keep the fighting mechanic, like they keep the same fighting mechanics, and the
Yeah,
animation. Like I said, the animation was great. I love the animation, but I didn't
yeah,
like the story mode. Wasn't that good.
yeah,
Well, okay, when I say the story mode wasn't that good, the story mode was pretty much you just did the fights. You didn't run around anywhere. In Ninja Storm 4, they had an open world, but it wasn't really an open world. It was after you beat the
sandbox
campaign.
kind
Yeah, it was
of
like a
and
sandbox. It wasn't
yeah,
really an open world like I wanted. That's why when I mention, like I always say, the Rise of a Ninja or something, it literally had,
yeah,
like I said, you start off in the Hidden Leaf. It followed the story. Start off in the
yeah,
Hidden Leaf, sitting on the swing, early on. Everyone's looking at you.
yeah,
Everyone hates you because you can tell people hate you because they have above them. They have like a mad, angry face, like floating above their head when you walk up to talk to them, and they'll all tell you they'll be like, "Piss off," or them, "Oh, look at this kid, get away," and they all like when you try to talk to them. And then later
Yeah,
on, they do quests, and you do their quests, and you can get everyone in the village to slowly start to like you.
yeah,
And it's cool, and you got to build up your character's skills, abilities, and a lot of different things like that. It was very
yeah.
fun to do.
I mean, the funniest thing is like all these, like some of these games, like look at Elder Scrolls or look at Witcher, not Witcher, Elder Scrolls or like Dragon Age or all these things, right? Divinity and shit. Like they actually need to build each character, they need to build these worlds, they need to build the lore, they need to build these like factions, their ideologies, characters, their own ideologies, everything they need to build from scratch, right? And some of these games, I mean, I'm not talking about all of them, right? I'm talking about like, look at GTA franchise, look at Red Dead franchise, look at Elder Scrolls, or whatever, God of War. All of these games, they do so good, right? Right from the scratch. And these anime games, dude, some of these anime worlds are so good. Like, look at One Piece, look at Naruto, look at, what else? What else has like really good anime worlds? Pokemon, right?
Mm,
Hunter x Hunter,
Pokemon,
yeah.
fine, that's a
Pokemon.
game. Hunter, Hunter, right? Yu Yu Hakusho, not much, but yeah, whatever, right? And all these characters are already built, all this story is already there. Even after they have what they needed to build from scratch, even if they're like getting handed these things, there's still these garbage ass games. They
Exactly.
don't like, they take everything that comes from the manga, the reputation, the fame of the characters, the fame of the manga, everything they just take, and they just, they
Shit
just
on
go
it.
with that. They
They
don't
just
put any effort themselves.
none, and they just
I
make it
mean,
look good. They make the animation look good and things like that. And you're sitting here like, the animation's good, but the game's not. The
yeah,
mechanics aren't that good. The story is really not that good. The story's pretty much exactly like, everything else. Nothing's new.
yeah,
All you did was make the animation look good and raise the animation, and you expect that to be the thing. It's like, no,
exactly. I
it's
mean, these aren't action adventure games that you're, marketing it to be. These are just fighting games. These
yes,
are, like, this is just Tekken or Mortal Kombat,
exactly.
where, exactly. I mean, there's no action adventure, there's no RPG, nothing. It's, like just fighting
And
games.
that's
Did
why
you guys play One Piece Burning Blood?
Morning
Yes,
Blood,
I have
no.
played. I have played it. It is the probably like one of the worst One Piece games. Like I put all the Pirate Warriors games above that one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, dude, that game, like, first of all, the story mode, it only had Marineford. And even with Marineford, it was like you could play three characters, right? You had like three sets of stories. One was Luffy, the other was Whitebeard, and the third one was Akainu. And dude, it's like they show you the story from the fucking anime, right? They show you the story from the anime, and then they just shift to the fight. That's it.
See, that's kind of
That's all.
like
Yeah,
how Naruto Ninja Storm 4 felt. Because when
yeah,
you're playing it, it literally, you're like saying though, first mission it starts off with, I think, what, it's Madara versus Hashirama. And it
yeah,
shows the scene from the anime, then you do the fight. And then it shows that,
yeah,
well, it's not the scene from the anime, but it's pretty much the game. It's the game animation, but it's the anime scene. But it's just
yeah,
made by the game developers. And it's like, what? And I will say, which I didn't like much. I didn't like, just going from anime scene to fight, anime scene to fight. It was like, I want to move around, you know?
yeah,
And One Piece could do that so well. I mean, you got characters already established. So you could pretty much do this. You could pretty much just take a new character and throw him into that world, like they tried to do with Xenoverse. But the problem is, I feel like if you're gonna make a new character, make it to where they have their own voice, to where they can speak or something. Make it where you can choose like their voice set, to where you can actually hear them talking. Make it to where make it to where they actually have something where it's not just, hey, come do this or come do that. Make it where it's like, hey, here's a quest, accept or decline. Or hey, you want to go do this or go. I don't know. There's just so much they could do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, my mistake. When I said the initial Ninja Storm games were good, I wasn't talking about the Ninja Storm games. Uh, the Ninja Storm games were the ones I was saying they didn't put any effort. The ones that are good are just called Ultimate Ninja. That's it. It's not the
Oh,
Storm ones.
no, yeah, yeah. The Ultimate Ninjas came before the Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the
That's the
yeah,
game. That's the game I was
those
talking about.
games. Yeah, those
I don't know
games
why I thought
were
they were connected.
good. Yeah, exactly. Those games were good. Like Naruto Ultimate Ninja 3 was probably my most favorite because it actually had the thing you were talking about, like free roam and stuff, where you could get like missions from everybody else and stuff. Yeah, this game had that. This was like a
Hmm.
PS2 game from
Yeah,
2005.
I thought I thought all of that was in line with the ni- uh Ninja Storm games down like that all
Yeah,
came after. I thought that was like all the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Wait, that was a
Yeah,
PS2 game
I
from
thought that as well.
2005?
Yeah.
Damn, so
Yeah.
Rise of a Ninja came after that.
Yeah,
Rise of a
Ultimate
Ninja
Ninja
was
3.
2007, I think. It came
Okay.
it came out in 2007, but it was still,
Hmm.
so they probably took inspiration from Ultimate Ninja then.
Yeah, I mean, Ultimate Ninja was actually good ones. Like they tried different things. Like it was generic, but I mean, for the first games that came out, it was like really good. But then, Ultimate Ninja Storm ones, those didn't put any effort. Those were the ones like were weird. Those were bigger ones because, of course, those were like based on Naruto Shippuden, and Ninja Ultimate Ninja games were just the regular Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Oh no,
they
man.
were just bigger.
So, okay, let me ask y'all this then. If you was able to make, or what do you expect? Oh, my bad, not expect. Let me put this a good way. What do you want from upcoming anime games then?
I mean, dude, my dream game, as I told you already, would be. I mean, if you guys know Elder Scrolls Online, I
Yep.
Yeah.
want, yeah, I want, a Pokemon game just like that. Like a huge ass map with different regions in it, like all the different regions, it's in the same map. You just start from one region, do the missions and stuff in one region, then progress to other regions and shit, and it's a massive MMO where like like most of the game it's PvE. You could like you don't have to force yourself to fight with other players and shit, right? Like most of the game is just PvE, so you could just go with your friends, participate in these tournaments and shit. You could do a lot of shit, right? And then like a little part, a little portion is PvP, where if people choose to fight other players they could do that as well, but it's not like forced.
Because let's say you can have
So
an
I
area in
mean,
each town, like let's say like a designated area in each town, to where you can walk in and it's like a
where you could
PvP
PvP,
area.
yeah.
Yeah. That way,
Yeah,
you didn't
exactly.
have to be like, oh, the only area to PvP is on that side of the map. You could be like, in each
No, no,
town,
no,
there
no.
could.
You could, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like Pokemon would be like, each region has its own gyms and stuff, right? So you could make it in that way. Like each town has
Yeah.
a PvP region.
That's actually that would be fun. And you could run
Yeah, I
through the.
mean,
Do you have the way you can make your character though?
yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about Ash, Brock, and shit. Like Ash was, you know, like I mean, Pokemon game having a created player would be the easiest because, uh, you know, Pokemon World, you can run
Yeah.
Pokemon World even without the main characters. Like anybody could be their own main character. Every trainer is their own main character. It's not like, I mean, it's not like Naruto, right? Like,
Plus,
of course,
yeah,
yeah.
it
No,
I
go
think
ahead.
I think. Oh yeah, no, I was just saying that. Yeah, nah. Plus, like, I guess like among anime, Pokemon would probably have the easiest time like making something like that. Just based off like what all of their other core games are right now.
Mm,
Versus, and I think they would have to answer less questions like a game like Naruto, for instance. Um, like say like people want an open world Naruto game where you can like just walk out the Leaf Village and travel to any other village. Then you'd have to answer questions about like the distance and all that because we know like pretty much they always traveled on foot. So it's like people have questions about how close it is, how fast can you get to all these far locations and whatnot.
mm,
Whereas Pokemon, like they don't have to really
yeah,
answer that question because they can make their world however they wanted to.
I
exactly.
was gonna say, with the Naruto one to answer that, if they were to do it, they could do. So did y'all ever play a game? It was a Lego game, Lego Lord of the Rings.
I
Y'all
know of it.
probably
I didn't play.
haven't.
I think
So
I think
I mean,
I played a lot of Lego games, so I couldn't even tell you.
So
yeah,
Lego Lord of the Rings was my
yeah.
favorite Lego game because it was an open world game. You pretty much could travel all across Middle Earth. You started out
Ah,
in the Shire and you literally followed the story from the Shire all the way to the end. So when you beat the game, you could free roam the entire map. You can go from the Shire to Isengard to Gondor to Minas Morgul to Minas Tirith. Oh, wait, my bad.
mm.
To Minas,
Minnesota, yeah, fine.
yeah, to like Mount Doom, all of it. You could travel everything. So the way they did it, they took the whole map but shrunk it. So I was about to say with the Naruto, what you could do is, how people want to travel from place to place. You could just take how big the world is and just shrink it down to fit the Naruto, like the game scale. Not make it super small, still make it where you gotta travel a bit to get from place to place, but you could still shrink it down like they did in like Assassin's Creed Odyssey with Greece.
Yeah,
Because Greece is
yeah,
huge. It's not going. You can't travel Greece that quick, but in Odyssey you could. So you could just take how big the actual
yeah,
place is and just scale
yeah.
it down.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same shit they did with Elder Scrolls, right? I mean, lore-wise, of course, they're like very far apart and they're very like huge and shit. But of course, in the game, it's not that huge, but it's still huge. Like,
No, right. Well,
it's,
like
yeah,
what I'm saying is that like um the means of travel because we know Naruto they primarily like always ran versus something like Elder
mm,
Scrolls. To get by faster they have horses. To get by
uh-huh.
faster in Pokemon they give you stuff like bikes and the ability to surf across water and whatnot.
Or you could have it then to where like you start off in the Leaf Village, and then the way
I
you can
mean,
do
no, no,
it to
no,
go
no, no.
from.
No, 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 no. Look, look. You could have, like, they ran fast, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
So,
about to
Mhm.
say. You could just
you,
boost like have it to where
yeah.
they move fast.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, yeah, exactly. You could like have that as a perk, right?
Well, that's what I was about to say. You start off in like the village you select, and before you can leave the village, once you reach that level to where you can leave the village, you unlock the perk to like move quick.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the Pokemon games, right? Even without the bike, you could like you get running shoes and shit in some of the games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see what
So
yeah I see what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah, Goku is fusing with Thomas the Tank in the train engine.
yeah.
You've never seen that game? You never played that game? Um, stunt. I guess you didn't get that far in the series.
Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Yeah, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, Goku fuses with Thomas the Train.
Yeah,
I thought you saw it.
that's like the strongest fusion.
Yeah. No, you can do that with any game. Like with Dragon Ball, you can have it where those
That's
multiple worlds.
Gokus.
You could go from like, let's say you can have like 5 planets. You could travel from each planet. And when people ask how, you can have one planet be like, let's say this big, but the movement be so
Bad Salt
fast.
stunt.
You could go from like,
Bad Salt.
either one. What crack have
Okay,
I been
well,
smoking? The expensive kind.
No, it's just bad sauce.
Hey, that sauce can get expensive.
Okay, what were you saying?
Oh, but I was saying like, Dragon Ball, they can make a really good open world game if they truly wanted. Like they made, Xenoverse, which was kind of open world, but if they really wanted to, they can make,
No, is Kakarot open world?
I'm not sure.
yeah,
I'm not sure either. I think it is.
Is it
yeah,
really
it
open
is.
world? Okay, so
Yeah.
Kakarot's actually an open. Okay, when I told Kakarot was an open world, I just assumed it was gonna be like Xenoverse, to where
Yeah.
it's open world but with a twist. So it's truly open world style. Hmm.
Yeah, I think, you could even
So
fish and
Kakarot might
shit.
actually be the best Dragon Ball game then. One of the best anime games if it's truly open
Yeah.
world. I'd have to look at it more. How's the mechanics in Kakarot? Because I haven't played it.
Yeah, me neither.
I just when I heard anime game, I
But
was like,
all
"Ew."
I've heard are good things from that game.
I mean, one of the things I've heard is not necessarily that it's a bad game, but I think like for the time that it came out in, people were already kind of like a little bit oversaturated with the open world games to where like almost any open world game had to be really outstanding. Otherwise, it's like these main
Hmm.
quests with a lot of fluff in it with all the side quests, and then and then the usual complaint with Dragon Ball games is that we already know how this story plays out.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm probably gonna have to get Kakarot then. From what Stunt's saying, it's got its own card game
Yeah, I
built
mean,
into it. Hmm.
oh wait, you could even
So
go
how's the
to God
what's the
Planet.
fighting mechanics like? Cause is it one of them where you just like always say triangle triangle circle, but is it one of them where it actually has combos and shit to it? Like what's the fighting like? I mean hell, if it's open world, I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, if it's open world, then yeah, I think I'm gonna get Lego,
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings and Dragon Ball
Dude, I was
Kakarot.
very let down though. No, they don't make Lego Lord of the Rings. They were making a Lego The Hobbit and quit because they lost the rights. And I was like, no. I was so upset. Lego Lord of the Rings is the
Hmm.
best one. I'm gonna have to get Kakarot then. Hmm.
Wait, so
Interesting.
you've never seen any gameplay for it?
Nope, haven't seen anything about it. Cause I didn't. I was
I
going to
just
get it. I didn't
I
want it
just
ruined for
watched.
me. But then like I was going to get it, but then I didn't get it because I don't know. I just heard people say, "Oh, it's okay, it's good." I heard some people saying it's great. Some people like.
Well, like I said, a lot. I think a big reason you could argue is that like the time it came out in, like it came at a point where like people were kind of getting done with the open world games if they didn't really feel like they felt like they provided anything um outside of like the main plot, but like a lot of filler, but nothing really to make the game stand out like other open world games. Like some of the best
Hmm.
anyway.
Wait, there's no Kakarot on Steam.
No, I think it's a Xbox and console exclusive, maybe.
Oh my god. I mean, there's a Kakarot
The
music
DLCs are a necessity.
pack.
Kakarot is on PC. No, it is on PC. Okay,
No, no, I'm not talking about PC. I'm talking about Steam.
it's not on Steam.
Is it on Steam?
Oh, was it? Is
Fuck.
it one of those Xbox Pass things?
I don't know. I gotta check out. I don't know. I mean, I see like Dragon. Oh shit. Okay, we're streaming right now.
Yeah,
Maybe we shouldn't look at the Steam market to buy games right now.
yeah, Fiend. Maybe you shouldn't. Anyways, though, no, that's actually interesting. I wish more games. They need to start doing more open world anime games though, because those
Yes.
anime games should all be open world in my opinion. That's what they're meant for. I think.
I mean, I would like a good open world game. Like, I would never be fed up by a good open world game. Like,
Well, that's like
never.
with Cyberpunk. Like people hated it because of all the bugs and shit, which the bugs and stuff were bad, but the story was really good. I do not regret getting it at all. So if they made an anime game, like a big open world anime game, and they did it to where the side quests were actual, like not just repetitive shit like that, where the side quests actually added something to the story, and the story was good itself, but I wouldn't be upset at all, even if it had some bugs or something. I'd be okay with it. I hope it doesn't have bugs, but I'd be good no matter what, as long as they at least try to make something like that, to where the side quests, the main quests, everything just pushes the story forward.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, look at the Pokemon games, right? Like, once upon a time, Pokemon games, not even just like an anime game, right? In general, amongst other games, it was one of the best. Like, people never saw something as good as Pokemon games, right? But now, like Pokemon Sword, that game was so garbage. They didn't do anything for the game. They didn't try. They didn't like. There's no good story. There's no good nothing in that game. Like it was just all they thought was like just slap the name Pokemon on it and people would buy.
Oh yeah, people are just accepting this shit now. They're like, "Oh, it's a Pokemon thing. The trailer looked good. Let's buy it." They buy it and they're like, "This is a piece of shit. I'm never gonna play this again." You know? Or same thing with a bunch of different games. Like you saw Jump Force. Jump Force looked so good, but it was dog shit.
Jump Force was probably the most disappointing game. I was expecting a lot from that
It
game.
looked so good. The animation in it was great. The
Yeah.
way the play style, the game mechanics were terrible.
Yeah.
For me, I'm again
Of
like
course, you enjoy
think
Jump Force stunt. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I don't think Pokemon Sword is I wouldn't call it, definitely wouldn't call it the worst Pokemon game, at least among the main franchise of the
Mm,
games. But I can so my thing is that yes, I can understand why people believe Pokemon Sword should have been better, and they're right. The logical complaints are right for that reason. But I do like how it's still enjoyable for like newcomers. I would probably would say like people who are like just fresh into the Pokemon series. But if you like one of those longtime players, then yeah, you might not have enjoyed it as much as like previous installments of it.
yeah.
But I mean, I will say this: it did give like one thing everybody was hoping for, and that was the thing that, if I'm not mistaken, Pokemon Go started, which was you can actually like see the Pokemon and like walk to them, which was like a big thing people have been begging for,
Mm,
instead of
yeah.
just the random grass encounters. And then with Sword and Shield, they gave you both of that.
Yeah.
So
I'd
no,
love.
it did some things right, but.
I'd love like
I
what Fiend
mean,
talking about the open
see,
world
that's the
Pokemon.
thing, right? Like,
I was gonna say, I love like how Fiend
sorry,
was
go on.
mentioning earlier the open world Pokemon. If you could just be walking as your character, just walking down the like path or something, and you look up in the trees and you see like these Pokemon flying above you. You see these Pokemons walking down in the ground, or something. And like let's say you're walking like somewhat passive, then you come across an aggressive Pokemon. Like let's say a
Yeah.
Primeape jumps out at you, and then it's like, oh shit, then you get to fight that. Or if you want, like a oh stunt, yes, Pokemon VR should be the next adventure. I'm all for that.
Uh,
VR is the way of the future. I've been saying it. They should make VR for everything if they can
I
perfect it
mean,
though. VR
Yeah,
still,
that's the
VR still has a
I
ways to
mean,
go, but VR Pokemon
yeah,
should be the
exactly. I
easiest to
mean,
do though. Is why I'm saying that.
you can say we are. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm okay. Maybe I'm like an old-fashioned guy, but I would say like I mean I am the oldest, right? Yeah, I am the oldest here. So yeah, it's like to me, yes, VR is good, but I still would love like a typical, Skyrim kind of Pokemon game.
No, I'm saying like a VR
Because
Pokemon that's
no,
the
see,
Skyrim thing, open world.
VR again, it would be the same like I mean, they would make it in a way like it's VR and it's Pokemon Go.
No, no,
That's
no,
what they
no,
would do.
no. I'm saying no to that. I'm saying if they made a VR game to where you're walking down a path and you can look up and see the Pokemon flying above you. You can look to your left, see them in the trees running around. You can see all this, and it's like you're in that world. You
No,
know.
but you see, that's the thing, right? Like, I still want, the training shit. I still want beating the gym shit. I still want the kind of a story, right? Like the background that comes from it. When I said Pokemon Shield, sorry, Sword and yeah, whatever, Sword and Shield was garbage, I didn't mean like, oh, they didn't have improvements, right? Of course, they had these huge improvements. They had like these beautiful graphics. They had like, just like Eden's mentioned, there were Pokemon in the grass where we could see them, right? But it's all like superficial things. Like they made it look pretty, but it wasn't like there was no Pokemon training in that game. You could just get a better Pokemon.
No, see,
That's
I
it.
don't want that.
You,
No,
you don't have
you
to
have
train
to
that
train the
Pokemon. You just
Pokemon.
have.
You don't
Yeah,
just say
well.
you don't just get a Pokemon and be like, yeah, I got me a Pikachu. Oh, look, another Pikachu. Let me go trade in this Pikachu for that Pikachu. Let me trade in this
yeah.
Pokemon for that other Pokemon. No, you get your
That was exactly
Pokemon
what it
and you
was.
train that shit. You're a Pokemon trainer, not a Pokemon collector. You don't collect the shit, you
Well,
train it.
Exactly. And
I'll say this. I'll say this. And I'm not saying you're wrong to feel the way you do, Fiend.
yeah,
Because I understand where the argument is coming from.
yeah.
But it depends on depending on like the kind of Pokemon that you're trying to get. Like say it's like one of the final evolution ones. Then I mean like yeah, it's available for capture, but you can't get it right off the bat because they're usually like high levels by the time you're in the game. Well, I mean at least like when you're in the beginning of the game, like
I
not not
mean,
not
okay,
like long into the game, huh?
I wouldn't say like, okay, it wasn't that easy, but for someone, like I used to grind the old games. I used
Yeah,
like,
I
all
think,
my
but
Pokemons were 100 level
so like
and shit.
like if you're talking about the whole like when one Pokemon has a battle, they all still get just a little bit of XP.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I mean I can understand why longtime fans will feel that way, but I feel like that was a move they did to get more people to play because I guess
Yeah.
because of the time consuming aspect it would take to level up a Pokemon one at a time versus
No,
each one
that's
just
what
gets a little bit of XP.
Well, that's what.
exactly. I mean, it's not just that. It's not just that. I mean, okay, all I would say is, uh, like, okay, do you get the argument of like when people look at Disney movies, look at, they look at like Disney Marvel movies and they look at Disney Star Wars movies, they say like, look at Marvel comics or look at older Star Wars. Their lore was really good. They're like, there are some good comics and shit, but what Disney does is to get a wider audience, to get more people into it, they make it as, whitewashed as possible, as like family friendly as possible, right? They make it look, with bright and shiny colors so that they would attract more people, right? But it's like, it's basically kind of like they're just throwing out merchandise just to attract people. It's like there's no effort in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't
No,
feel like playing a good
no,
ass game.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get those kind of arguments. I understand those complaints, and I'm not saying like all of them aren't valid. Um, I just think there's some things, and I think there's reasons to some decisions, not just like the entirety of the reason was laziness. Like, if you're just talking about the story itself, then fine. Yeah, I'm willing to agree 100% there. Like, story wise, that takes effort to put in, and if the story is bad, then you see the effort that was put into it. But
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like everything else outside of the story. Just like you said, making it look pretty because they want it to look as good as possible. Um, the the whole thing about being able to see Pokemon as well as getting the random encounters that longtime fans still want.
I don't think you should be
Just
able to
like
see every Pokemon because you're not able to see them all. The
yeah,
way I'm looking at it
yeah,
is, if you was in
yeah,
that world, would you be able to see them coming at you all the time? No.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah, no, no. And Sword and Shield does that. Like there's ones you can see, and then like when you're walking in the grass, there's ones that you can't see. But no,
Yeah.
like um no, no, like I said, I understand the complaints. They're just some I don't entirely is I think is because of laziness. I feel like there was a legit reason. Now, whether that's a good or bad reason, that's a whole nother thing. I just don't think it was. I just don't think every bad thing was out of pure laziness. Story, that's like I said, story definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, nitpicking is bad. I agree. But if there are so many things you could nitpick, then it's basically not nitpicking, right?
I think I was gonna say one of the things I do have hope for when it comes to games is the Jujutsu Kaisen. When the anime starts getting big, when they go to make a game after Jujutsu Kaisen, I hope they make a good one. They could make a great Jujutsu Kaisen game if they actually
Jujutsu
did it.
Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I don't know.
Does it have like a world for good enough, big enough
Well,
for
no,
that? If
I'm
for
saying you could
to where it
just
won't be
build.
like one of those
You could just make
verses?
Japan. It's just Japan. You could just take
Mm.
Japan and have it in there and have it an open world Japan where you go around and fight courses and shit. Because it doesn't have a crazy world
I mean,
to build, but it has a
I mean,
great lore to
you
it.
could you could make it, like, yeah, it would be same, like Jujutsu Kaisen. I think it's pretty similar to Bleach, right? Where it's the same world, but you could make it like, they're just fighting on top of these buildings and shit in the streets and shit. But I don't know. I mean,
You're walking down the street, open world walking down the street. There's a course over here in this alley. You run into the alley, beat the course up, fight. You can like get punched into a core. The core gets broken. There's a
no,
bunch of
I
stuff you
get
could
that.
do.
I mean, that's kind of like, they did with Jump Force. But you see, I'm like, I mean, it's fine if they could make a good game. I would say, yeah, fine. But I would rather prefer the games where, the world is like different, where, One Piece offers a different world, Naruto offers a different world. Whereas, Bleach, again, I mean, there is the main world,
I'm
which
talking about
is
things they
our
can
regular
make
world,
easier
but
though. Things they could actually do easier than these other worlds. Cause yeah, it'd be great, but the thing is, they don't want to put the time in. Cause look at how long it took them to make Skyrim. These Elder Scrolls games. Skyrim was what? They made Oblivion in what, like 2010. No, Oblivion. My bad.
No, I
Oblivion came
mean,
out in like
yeah,
what
I get it.
2000.
Like,
It
it
takes
took a while.
years and a long time.
No, see,
They don't want to
I'm
do
not
that with
saying.
anime games. They want like an
No,
anime
no,
game to
no,
come
no.
out
See,
every
don't
other year or
make
so.
Skyrim, right? Don't make Skyrim. Skyrim was one of the
No, I'm not
best
saying
games.
Skyrim. I'm saying if they was to make a game like that, a big open world to where it had a good story and stuff, it'd take years to make.
No,
And
no, no.
these
Look. See, that's
companies,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Look, don't make Skyrim. Fine. Don't make, GTA. Don't make Dragon Age. Fine. But you could at least make an Assassin's Creed. I mean, look at how often those games come. Like, you could make an Assassin's Creed game and make it look good
Assassin's Creed hasn't
and
been the
have.
same since Black Flag.
I mean, yeah, fine, but they're not garbage
And when they were
games,
making
and
like,
anime games are garbage. So compared to those garbage ass anime games, Assassin's Creed games are awesome.
how long does it take to make
Mm.
an Assassin's Creed game? 2 years?
I mean, I don't know. Google it.
I think they release one every 2 years. Because Odyssey was released,
Yeah,
what, 2019, 2018?
I think it was
And
2018.
yeah, and then Valhalla came out 2020.
there you go. I
I
mean,
think
they
I
might
think before Odyssey it was what or not Origins.
Origins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Origins.
called
Okay.
Origins.
I think Origins was like maybe if I'm not mistaken just the previous year. So, I'm not even sure.
Mm.
I think it just depends on what they're trying to do with the next game after.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, right? Like, anime worlds are already established. They don't have to do everything from scratch. They already have a lot of things to do. Like, look at South Park games. Those games are awesome.
The open world.
And yeah,
Yeah.
they're open world. I mean, it's small because, of course, South Park's world is just South Park, the city, right? So they have like different parts of South Park City, but it's like a small open world, right? The map is small, but the game, the RPG elements, it's one of the best RPGs I've ever played. And that's made by Ubisoft.
Ubisoft
Okay.
does really good with open world. They made the Rise of a Ninja open world and the Pokemon open world for Naruto.
Mm.
So if Ubisoft, if they could get like a bigger game company to make an anime game, it would be good. But they're getting these smaller
Yeah.
companies, my bad, to make these games, and they don't really put forth the effort. They just like, hey, let's just make this game.
I mean, dude, Bandai. Bandai is the culprit. Bandai has every other anime game. Like, everything is published by Bandai.
So Assassin's Creed
Except for
Odyssey
Nintendo
took
shit.
3 years, or Origins took 3 years.
Oh, sure.
I
Take
think.
two
I'm not
years,
sure. I'm
three
not
years,
sure.
whatever you want.
But no, 2, 3 years isn't bad for a game. It's just these
Yeah.
anime game companies don't want to take that long. They're like, hey, let's make one every year or two a year. You know.
Yeah,
No,
well,
look, they have they have fuck ton of money, right? Keep pushing out these garbage games, fine, but at least on the side, keep one project that would be like actually a good one.
That's why
Pump
give it to
out
these
all
game
these
companies that
garbage
actually
games
care.
every year.
Give it to these like give it to Ubisoft. Let them make
Yeah.
another one. Let quit giving it to Bandai Namco. They're not doing good with what they're doing. Like they're not bad.
No, Bandai is the publisher.
No, but I'm saying who's the companies making them?
Uh, there are different ones. But
I've no.
Bandai is the main shit.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna say
publisher,
Bandai's the
main
only
shit.
one I can think of because this is the name I always see when I load up an anime game. Bandai Namco.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
So they're just giving it to these small studios. Give it to the big ones. Let Sony make an anime game.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, let a
Let
big,
Sony make one. Let give Rockstar
yeah,
one.
give Rockstar, give Ubisoft, let these big old companies that know how to make these really
Yeah,
good games
yeah,
make a game and see how much money you get off it. I promise you get a lot more money from it. It'd bring in a lot more people to the anime community because people now, yes, shows bring people in, um, things like that. But games bring a lot of people in nowadays because a lot of
exactly.
kids play a lot of games now, and a lot of people do. So if you made a really good game, it'd bring in a lot of people.
Yeah,
Yeah, but so like I definitely agree with you. You bring in a good game, you'll bring a lot of people, but it's like some of these companies, it just depends. Like so take One Piece for example, um, the Pirate Warriors games. Those I'm pretty sure don't take long thought to create because the Koei Tecmo franchise, if you go back and look at every Dynasty Warriors game, basically, and every Samurai's Warriors game, Pirate Warriors isn't that drastically different from it. Like the foundation and the core, it's all still the same thing. But
yeah,
and so like that's something that they don't really have to work as hard to create because that's already like their comfort zone. But so it's and it's essentially I'm saying like it's kind of in a way low cost for them. But, not only that, but you look at how popular the One Piece franchise is. It's like the on its way to being the second highest comic of all time in terms of sales. Um, so it's like it has the One Piece name on it, which brings in a large amount of that fan base already, just because it's One Piece on it. Then you have, like I said, them not having to really the resources in because it's something that they're already familiar with making.
It's literally
But
low cost,
it's like
high
an
income.
efficiency, low cost, high. Exactly. There you go. It's like a efficiency thing.
Even if the
yeah,
game's shit, they're like, hey, we're gonna make a lot of money off this game. It's shit, but we'll make a lot of money because people won't know it's shit until they buy it.
Yeah, because
exactly.
the only thing it looks like that the Pirate Warriors games generally add on from game to game is just the addition of characters that weren't in previous games. And then depending on if
Yeah,
there's an arc finished by the time the next game comes out, they do their own version of that arc
yeah,
instead of a game original ending.
yeah. That's what they do.
But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just say that.
It's it's disappointing. It really is.
It is.
They've let me down so much with a lot of these games. Kakarot, I'm gonna have to check out though, because that actually might be one of them that I'm like redemption. But they
Yeah,
could do so much with some of these games. Like we said, just give it a bigger company, a company that can actually handle it and actually are
yeah,
willing to make a good game. Like a company, because like look at this Spider-Man. For a while, Spider-Man games were good, but they were like they went downhill. Sony
yeah.
gave the Spider-Man games to Insomniac. Said, "Hey, Insomniac, here, you know, try like because Insomniac was like, hey, let us make one. They made it probably one of the best ones. It was great.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably the best Spider-Man
Yeah,
game, but
it's so good.
I think some people I don't know
Yeah.
how you can argue that that it's not
I haven't played Miles Morales yet, so I can't really say much, but still,
because because people like prior to the PS4 Spider-Man coming out, it was the general consensus was the Spider-Man 2 Sam Raimi movie. The Spider-Man 2 game for that on PlayStation 2 was the best Spider-Man game.
yeah,
And like Spider-Man 4, I mean Spider-Man on PS4 basically did
Oh
pretty much
yeah.
everything that game did but better and added more to it.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Like before the Insomniac one, I would say the best Spider-Man game was probably the PS2 one.
yeah, the PlayStation
Be-
2 one, Spider-Man 2. That one was so good.
Dude, and that was so old.
It was, but it was
It
so
was
fun.
old as shit. Yeah, it was
What
awesome.
company does make the best anime game? That's
Well, first ask yourself which ones do you find to be the good ones?
Well, the best one, the best two in my opinion, like I said, Rise of Ninja, Broken Bond, and they were both made by Ubisoft. And then
I
Ubisoft
mean,
stopped after that.
the best two that I've played, one is made by Bandai Namco and Atari. That's Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and the other one is the one and only legendary Nintendo, Pokemon Emerald.
Okay.
But you're talking about back
Yeah.
when they actually gave a shit.
So it's
So you talk about like for the mod, like I guess generally what the ones that came out within the last like 10 years.
oh no. If you're talking about last 10 years, then I think both games aren't last 10 years. Both of them
Square
are like I
Inks,
think 15 years or something,
Square Inks
more than
might
15.
make one, might be one of the best ones.
Which one?
Square Inks or
What
Konami.
did they make?
Square Enix, of course. Square Enix, but what did Square Enix make?
Well, if I know, I just looked at best anime game companies.
Wait, Square Enix made, I think.
They made Kingdom Hearts, like the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
I mean, are they considered anime games? I mean, they are JRPG, but like,
Yeah, that's what I was trying
they're
to
like,
figure out.
No, they
yeah,
didn't
they're
make
their
any
own
anime
shit.
games. No, I thought they actually
Maybe they
made.
had a
Yeah.
hand in some,
I'm looking to
like
see.
not released it.
Just
I
keep
mean,
seeing.
they made the latest Avengers one, which wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't.
True.
It
Yeah.
looked cool.
I mean, it looked cool, but you know, uh,
Ooh, Konami's the one that makes a lot of. Yeah, Konami might be the best one. They make a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh. Um,
yes, Konami, yes, Konami. That's the other one I was thinking when
yeah,
I
I
said
think.
Bandai.
Yeah, I think Konami might be the best one.
Atari used to be a good one, but now it's dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Konami's the best anime one as of right now.
Konami. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Cause what they make in 2019,
I mean,
2018.
when I search Konami, it just shows FIFA, PES, and shit.
It doesn't show shit. I don't know.
Dude, Contra. Contra definitely was one of the best games I've ever played.
But no, like a lot of the good anime game companies went downhill.
Yeah,
Because they got newer people in, and all they care about now is them animation. And it's like, what about the
yeah,
actual game, how it plays and stuff? Oh, we don't need to worry about that, you know. As long as the animation is good, we'll be good. That's
yep.
you need a good story. You need the mechanics to be good and all that. It's just people don't care anymore,
Yeah, nowadays it's all about like how good the game looks.
and not how it feels.
Yeah. And like nowadays it's two kind of people, right? One is how pretty it looks. If it looks super pretty, then they're the best games. And the other kind of people are how hard the game is. Like if the game is like super extreme grindy where you need like it's like extremely tough where you need to like do one mission for like 10 hours, then people would say, oh, that's automatically the best game. So, like, I don't know. Like, you know, regular people are getting fucked because of these crazy maniacs who need pretty game or a tough game.
Let's see, tough
I
game.
mean, and
They just want a game like They want a game to where they can be like, oh man, I beat this, you know.
No, see. When I say tough games, okay, I should make a distinction, right? Like, there are some games which are like just, they're just irritating. And okay, let me give an example, right? Cuphead. Cuphead is a really tough game, but it's entertaining as fuck. Like, you can play Cuphead for hours, even if you don't complete like even a single uh, whatever stage, right? Even if you don't finish a single stage, it's still entertaining. You'd be like, okay, you gotta do this. It's not just like, okay, there's this big old fat boss just sitting there. You don't know what to do. You don't know, like, you just have to, like, it's just testing your patience, right? Cuphead, it's like there are different things. There's a pattern or there's something, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about when
No,
there are
there's a
tough
pattern
games. I
in.
mean, older games used to be tough as shit. Older games used to be tough as shit. Did you ever play Contra? Did you play Castlevania games? Those games are tough as shit, but those were entertaining as shit as well. So I'm talking about that. Those games are beautiful. Those are the games I'd like to play. But nowadays, it's like weird. It's, if you die a million times, that's a good game. Or if it looks pretty as shit, Pokemon Go is one of the best games out there. And Pokemon Go is garbage.
I
I
know.
mean, are there any Pokemon Go fans here, Edens? Are you like cussing me
Uh,
inside?
nah, nah. I enjoyed the Pokemon Go games, but I don't think they were anywhere near being like, better than obviously one of the traditional games. But I
Yeah.
thought Go kind of like, improved on some things. Like I said earlier, that was the start of actually being able to see the Pokemon and stuff like that. I think,
Mhm.
they brought new things in, but as a whole, no, it's not better than the actual core games.
Okay.
I
No,
feel.
because I mean,
No. Because if the complaint, especially if your main complaint is like difficulty, then that's a valid critique. Complaint to have, especially about Pokemon Go.
yeah,
That was one of the easiest, if not the easiest, Pokemon games to play.
yeah,
Like I said, I feel like that's just because they're trying to make it more open to get new fans to come in. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. But
yeah.
yeah, definitely one of the easiest.
I was gonna say.
Okay, so yeah,
I was gonna say yeah. We're
yeah.
probably about to
Continue.
end, but one of the things
So,
I was.
how long were we streaming?
It's like an hour and 10 minutes, you know.
Okay.
But I was gonna say one of the things about the whole, old game, new game, horde game and shit. People want the horde games and stuff, but it's like people want horde games, and a lot of times it does get annoying because I've talked to people like this to where they play this horde game. They're like, play this game, and it's a horde game, and they're like, dude, this game was so easy. And they act and all this stuff. It's like, look, man, you know, you've played this game before. You played games like this. People want games to where when they see other people playing, they like, oh man, I did it like this, or this game was like this for me. Pretty much the thing to where they can show they're better. Or that's when people
Yeah,
like horde games. It's like, oh, this game was hard, but it was easy to me, so I'm better than you. It's like, look, man, I don't
yeah,
care.
Yeah,
Let me enjoy the game. Quit saying,
yeah,
oh, this I'm better because I beat the game in 10 minutes. Like a lot of like, let's say there was a speed run, okay?
yeah,
And the speed run was like, I beat the game in 5 minutes. So I'm better than all of you who it takes you 20, 30 minutes to beat the game because I found an exploit in the game to beat it in 5 minutes.
yeah. See,
and
that's the thing, right? Like, no, no, go ahead, go ahead.
okay. Well, I was just gonna say, and so like in terms of like gameplay, um, I I believe one of the games that comes to my head would be Final Fantasy 15 because I remember like people were waiting so long for that game to come out, and by the time I heard of it, it had been maybe like a year or two before it finally did, and when I finally got it,
Mm,
um, on the first playthrough, first impressions, the game is like you would think this is one of the best games you've ever played because like of how beautiful it looks and whatnot, and like some of the cool things in the game, but in terms of like main the thing that's supposed to be the main appeal, which is the combat, um, it's one of the more boring combat systems to play in the game because the general attack is you just hold down the circle button, not
mm,
tap multiple buttons, just kind of hold down the circle button and then be prepared to dodge with like the square button or something, the or
mm,
parry or something like that. A very like
yeah.
simple gameplay and whatnot, which kind of like brought the game down in a lot of people's eyes.
Mm,
It was. Well, my bad. I wasn't talking about that, but I was saying that just made me think when you were saying like a very beautiful game. That just made me think about God of War, the one on PlayStation. I was just thinking about that. I want
Yeah.
to play it again, man. That game was so fun. One
Wait,
of the
wait,
best
wait, wait.
games.
yeah.
Wait, the one on PlayStation 4 or the PS2 ones?
PlayStation 4.
Ah,
Mm.
okay.
That one was
You didn't
so
play the
fun.
PS2 and PS3 ones, right?
I never got to play the older ones because I didn't like. I always thought about God of War. And I was like, oh, it's not gonna be that fun. And then my friend was like, dude, you gotta play God of War 4 on PS4. So I was like, fine. I played it,
Dude,
beat it, and I was like, dude, I gotta go back and play the other ones. But I never got the
have you?
chance.
And you
I haven't
okay,
got to
okay,
yet.
I'll tell you this. I will tell you this as a longtime God of War fan. I will tell you this. They're one of those games that, like, even by today's the way like video games are today, that is one of the games that you can always go back to and just have a fucking amazing time.
Yes.
And
But
it's okay. It's different from the God of War on PS4. The one that you're talking about that you
yeah.
played, the combat, the way the game is, it is all completely different. The camera angle,
Yeah.
all of that. Because
Yeah.
the God of War on PS4, I don't know if you've played The Last of Us, but
Yeah.
the little camera angle over the little camera angle over the shoulder or
The Last of Us
your
is my favorite
characters.
game series. One of my favorite game series of all
Okay,
time.
okay, cool. It's cool. So you know what I'm talking about when I say like the way the camera is like over the right shoulder of your of the player.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the original God of War games aren't like that. Like you have more control of the camera. It's kind of a
Yeah.
not a bird's eye view, but like a high angle looking down kind of
Mm.
shot to like show you all your
Yeah.
surroundings and you can move around. Everything is
It's a
different about it, the
typical
gameplay
hack
and all
and
that.
slash game.
Okay. Okay.
But
It's
it's like it's also cool. You get so many weapons.
yeah. I mean the regular. I mean not the regular. I mean the latest God of War is more kind of like an action adventure RPG kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
The previous ones are like typical hack and slash games,
Okay.
but I mean the story, everything,
The story is
especially
amazing.
Kratos.
Yeah, the story is amazing, but I don't know. I think it did better than most hack and slash games because of
Yeah.
the different the difference in the variety of weapons they gave you. Because like you can use like in God of War 2, for example, like a bow, this bow
Mm,
at the cost of your magic. You have Kratos's original blades that he swings around, which are hack and slash part. Then
mm,
later on, you get a giant mallet in the game. Just a different variety, and it's like that
yeah.
for all the games. Then on top of that, you have these other magic powers like lightning abilities and all that stuff to help make the game feel different. Um,
Yeah.
so I think it's better than more than it's one of those games back in the day that felt like they tried.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
God of War series is one of the best I've ever played.
So yeah, I definitely need to check that out because that's one of the things. Right now, my favorite
Like
series of games is Uncharted, the Elder Scrolls series, the Last of Us series. I would say the Witcher series, but I've only played Witcher 3 and I still haven't beat it.
I
Um,
mean, you could say Witcher series if you're a fan of Witcher 3 because Witcher 3 is kind of different compared to 1 and 2.
like I haven't beat the Witcher 3, but I really like it. It's just the only reason why I haven't beat it is every single time I start playing it to beat it, something else always comes
You
up and it's
play
like
something else?
shit. Yeah.
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 But
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as you for The Witcher. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that. But no, I definitely need to check out the God of War. But anything else y'all
Bro,
want
I
to
mean,
talk
what
about?
else
story.
is your favorite? What else is your favorite?
Pretty much those. I mean,
And
those
Eden's?
other stuff.
Oh,
Oh wait,
oh, oh, oh. You asking me or you asking Lou?
No, I
you.
mean, I asked Lou if there was anything left. If not, then, Eden's, go ahead. What's your, most favorite game series?
Oh man.
Even if it's just one game of the series.
Uh, See, I don't know. That's kind of tough because, like, on one hand, I'm thinking of games like back in the day, like Jack and Daxter or Sly Cooper,
Oh, I forgot all about Jack and
like
Daxter.
uh, which were like platform games, and then there's the games that are just drastically different, like how y'all said The Witcher 3, which is like an amazing open world game, amazing, like one of the
Okay, okay.
most amazing
First,
stories.
let's go with the latest ones, right? Not the old platformers,
Jack and Dexter was
Okay,
so fun.
okay,
because Lou mentioned all the newer ones.
I
okay,
didn't think
okay.
of Jack and Dexter. I'm sorry.
Okay, so if we're just talking about like the newer ones, I would probably say either Persona 5 or God of War.
No, I mean not the most, like not number one. I mean few of the most favorites of you. I mean your few most favorite ones, not just
Like,
like only one, the top one.
Like series, like I
oh, okay.
said, like Uncharted, the Uncharted series, the Last of Us series, and
Oh, okay.
the Elder Scrolls series.
Okay, yeah. So Elder Scrolls, I only touched on Skyrim, but I love that. Uh, Definitely, I've only played Last of Us 1. Love that one. Uh, we already said the Spider-Man. Obviously, I said God of War and Persona. Um, I would probably say the one kind of genre I never played too much of over the last like 5 to 7 years now would probably be like the Mortal Kombat style games, just
Mm,
because I feel like I don't get enough entertainment out of those anymore.
yeah, same.
It's like the stories themselves aren't anything amazing to me, and the gameplay doesn't really, outside of like how it looks, doesn't really bring anything different to me because I've been playing the game for so long now.
Yeah.
So just anything that's pretty much not that. There's so many. I'm just trying to think.
Uh,
Fiend, anything?
yeah, I mean, I've always said, Elder Scrolls, GTA games, uh, Witcher. Witcher is only like Witcher 3. But I mean, again, even Red Dead, it's good, like both the PlayStation 1 and even the second one, which is available
Red Dead.
everywhere.
God about
Yeah.
Red Dead.
They were both so good.
Red Dead is a really good game. Yeah, it was really good. I need to, like, I didn't finish Red Dead 2, but yeah, I need to. And
Red Dead 2, I
there's
wasn't
this
sure about it.
series.
I dropped it for a while with Red Dead 2 because I was playing it,
You dropped it.
and like the beginning, I played the beginning, then about the middle, I kind of got bored. But then so I stopped for about a week or two. Probably about I'd say like about
Mm,
a month. Picked it back up after a month. Started playing again. Got through that middle portion, and then once it started getting to like the climax to the ending part, I was
mm.
hooked. Like that, the end is so. I'd say from about I'm not gonna say anything for anyone who hasn't seen it. Wait, you've played it, haven't you, Edens?
Yeah.
I
And
I
Fiend,
didn't.
I don't know how far
I
you're in it.
only No, see, me, I'm like, I played first few missions, and as soon as we got to like the first proper settlement, I mean, out of the snow and shit, the
Okay.
only thing I did was hunting and shit.
Yeah, see, I did a lot of hunting and stuff. I
Yeah.
got I kind of got bummed out when you go to the swamps later on when you head down to the swamps. But after that,
Uh,
I
I
was
was just
hooked.
always trying to do
I
the
got hooked
train
in.
stuff.
Dude,
mm,
took over the
I
train a
would say,
couple times, a bunch of stuff.
yeah. I know, what you call it? I would probably say another series that I enjoyed was Nier Automata and the Fallout series.
Yes, Fallout was so fun.
Hmm.
I enjoyed all of them.
Fallout and what did you say?
It's a game called Nier Automata. It was if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken,
okay,
made,
okay,
made by
near.
Square Enix.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good game. Like and like in terms of difficulty, I think like that's one of the more difficult
Yeah.
games among like for the last couple of years.
Okay, question.
Hmm.
What's your
Yeah,
favorite
near. I
Fallout
would say.
game?
So for me, all right, so this is kind of tough because so I got into the Fallout series with Fallout 3, and I know the general consensus is New Vegas. I haven't played enough of New Vegas yet to really get that to like kind of consider that opinion. Um, I'm just trying to think because like in terms of a story, I feel like I enjoyed Fallout 3 more. But a lot of the gameplay mechanics in Fallout 4 I felt like were better. There were some questionable things in Fallout 4, but I feel like as a whole, just how the game felt, I feel like it did a little better than Fallout 3. So Fallout 4 might be my favorite.
I'd have to go with Fallout Shelter.
Oh, Shelter, I don't think I played that one.
I'm messing.
Hmm.
That's a mobile game. You
Oh, okay,
pretty
okay,
much
okay.
build the bunker and stuff. Mine's New Vegas because that's the one I started off with. I played three, and then I saw New Vegas. Like I played a little bit three, never much, you know. Then I saw New Vegas, got hooked, played New Vegas, beat it, played three, and New Vegas, man. Even with four was good. It improved a lot of stuff, but compared to New Vegas is still one of those. The story, I don't know, man. Those just New Vegas did
I only
so
played a
much.
little bit of Fallout 4. That's it.
Like New Vegas did so
Not
much.
much.
With Fallout 4, I guess the main issue was I found a very broken setup early on.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, see, I completely understand that complaint. I just what I liked about it was it just felt like they were trying to bring something new.
Oh
They
no, they
just
won't.
didn't
They won't.
really perfect it. Just didn't perfect it. Um, I know a lot of people weren't kind of big on the whole multiple ending scenario. I understand that complaint. Um, what else?
I mean, did you guys play like this PS2 game series, which its name Draken?
Kraken?
Draken?
Yeah, Draken.
Oh, Draken. No.
Yeah, Draken.
I
One of the
don't
games
think.
was like Draken the Ancient Gates.
Yeah, I didn't play it.
No? Yeah, that
Oh, okay,
series
okay,
was,
okay. I didn't play this, but I know what you're talking about.
right? Yeah, that game series was really good. It's really old. It's like PlayStation 2 games, but yeah, those were really good. The
Something
lore
else.
was, yeah, yeah, go on.
No. Go ahead and finish talking about it.
No, no, I was just gonna say, lore, story, everything was really good.
Okay. Um. Yeah. No. It just something else I thought of when we were talking about the Jack and Daxter and whatnot. Um.
Mhm.
It kind of reminded me of what I was saying earlier in the chat. About like open world games on like the older games, and Jack and Daxter wasn't necessarily open world, but it was one of those games
I'd
when you go back
consider
and
it
look at it.
open world.
Yeah. It really felt like an open world game back in the day before open
Mm,
worlds really became a genre.
yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, what got me into open worlds was Fallout 3. I think that was my very first like legit open world game. But Jack and Daxter before that was one of those games back then that felt like an open world game. So if you ever go look at
Um,
gameplay, you'll see it kind of lets you just go anywhere, but to an
yeah.
extent.
My first open world would be probably one of the GTA games.
Is it one of the
Yeah,
GT? Okay, okay.
GTA. I mean, when I played that shit, I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't even know it was called GTA, right? I was just, me and
Yeah.
my friends, we used to call it like, yo, we could rob anybody's car game. That That was the name. Yo, we could rob anybody's car, man. That was a good game. Like,
Yeah, I completely
yeah,
get you. I think the first GTA game I played was it might have been the first GTA, which was this weird top-down view game back on like the
yeah,
PS1.
yeah.
But that was before I even understood what GTA was. Uh, but then like the one I played like years down the line might have been Vice City, and I think that
Yeah,
was before I knew what an open world game was. If Vice City is considered that, but
yeah.
yeah, that was like my introduction into the GTA series.
See, y'all make me
Yeah, I
feel
would say
really
Vice
young.
City is probably the most famous initial GTA games.
I was about to say, y'all make me feel real young because y'all over here talking about, the older GTAs and stuff, and it's like, I wasn't born then. But y'all aren't that much older than me. Well, I'm not sure
I
about
mean,
you. Like,
aren't you both same? Aren't you both 19?
I thought
Oh, no,
Eden's
no, no, no.
was
Uh,
25 or something.
yeah, 25.
So yeah, you're about the same age as Fiend. So y'all are like only about
Oh,
6 years
you're
older than me.
25?
Oh man, yeah.
But y'all are the same
Oh,
age as
yeah.
like my older brother, my oldest brother, and he's the one who
Yeah,
got
I'm
me into like a lot of
24.
these games too. Well, we played. I think it was GTA San Andreas was the first one I ever played with
Dude,
it.
I thought you both were 19. That's why previously I said like I'm the oldest one here.
No, I knew Eden's wasn't 19.
Dude, okay, Dwayne was 19.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dwayne's 19.
Okay, okay, my bad. Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah, we're the same, I guess. That's
Anyways,
why we're talking about the same shit.
but anyways, guys, no, I played like a lot of the older games. I just, I wasn't
Yeah,
around when they first came out. I played
yeah,
them way down the line. But
As long as you touch
oh yeah, no, I definitely had to try. Like that's like my favorite racing game of all time. Like when it comes to like Mario Kart and stuff, I like Mario Kart, but I was a fan of Diddy
oh
Kong
yeah,
Racing.
yeah.
yeah. I
Okay.
forgot. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fiend.
Oh, no, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was
Okay,
gonna say
okay,
something else. Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say just the last thing I gotta say to you, Lou, is that so you say you did play God of War on the PS4, right?
Yes.
Okay, when you play, you have to play at least 1 through 3, like from the PlayStation, from the original like PlayStation 2 games that went on to PlayStation 3. You at least have to play those, and then you'll get like such a bigger appreciation for the one that came out on
Yeah.
PS4.
I mean, dude, let me
I'm
just
just
say
talking about
this, right?
in terms of the story. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let me just say this, right? Uh, I think this was
Ooh.
in an E3. What?
I was reading Dwayne. He said my mom started me out with Mario Kart, Double Dash, and Met Metroid.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Metroid.
Oh yeah.
You don't
Metroid
know
is fun.
Metroid?
Metroid is
I
fun.
know it. I never played it though.
Okay.
I played. My dad started us out. He got us like Pac-Man, Mappy, those arcade games, and then he got us an
Yeah.
Atari, and we played, like the Atari where it had like that parachute, Pong, things like
Mm.
that. And then we got, see, I never got into Smash Bros and stuff because when we got a Nintendo, he gave us his Nintendo 64, and we had baseball, we had
Mm.
Diddy Kong Racing, Pokemon. It was like the
Mm.
Pikachu picture one where he took pictures. We had what was another one? 007. We had
Dude, you're talking about like newer games compared to what I played. I played all those old as Mario games,
no, yeah, we had like
Double
Super Mario
Dragon.
Bros. Things like that. I'm talking about Nintendo 64
Yeah, but
games.
I'm talking about like the okay, Nintendo 64. Okay.
You're talking about like SNES.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
I played
Even I'm talking about the old as like
yeah, on like the
Mario,
SNES. We
Double.
played
Do you guys
Mario
know Double
Bros.
Dragon?
No.
No. Did you guys play like the old as like Power Rangers games?
Yes.
I want to say I did.
Well, I played the ones on like what was it? I think PS2. or Game
Oh no
Boy.
no, I'm not talking about PS2. I'm talking about old ass like, you know, they were like during the times of like Mario and shit.
No.
Those were good as well. Mario, Double Dragon, and there are a few Contra. Do you guys know Contra?
Mm-mm.
I want to say I
No.
do. I played so many games from like the 64 era, dude. Um, Pretty much almost like a lot of what Lou just named, Star Fox, Mario
Star Fox was
64.
good. I
Uh,
still think Diddy Kong Racing though is the best racing game of all time. Just want to put it out there.
was another game
Crash Bandicoot.
yeah,
Crash,
that was
hmm.
PS2, PS1, PS1. That's not on the PS1.
Mm,
Crash
yeah.
Bandicoot was good, but I don't know, man. Diddy Kong Racing. I guess it's because it's the first thing. Because I remember like there was this one mode on it on Diddy Kong Racing. Because I used to play with my brothers all the time. So we'd be sitting there playing it, and there was this mode on it called like so it had different modes. Instead of just racing, you didn't just race, but you was always in like a go kart. So you had like three different modes. There was the actual race where you raced in like vehicle, or you had one where you raced in like airplanes, or you had one where you raced in hovercraft. And then there was one called like a battle mode where you sat there and you literally fought each other. You can run around and get abilities, and you can like put mines all over the place on this one map. You can get rockets, you can get a bunch of different things like that. And you just fight each other on this map. Instead of racing, you try to kill each other. And then there was one where you steal eggs. You're in like a plane and you go and you take eggs, and you gotta get all these eggs to your nest before and get more than everybody else to win. I guess I was playing those so much, like all the different game modes and stuff against my brothers. That nostalgic thing, but it's like nothing can compare to Diddy Kong Racing when it comes to other racing
Sonic
games.
games. Did you play any Sonic
I
games?
played like one or two. Never really played a bunch. Like I played the like
Mm.
SNES Sonic. I think it was the
No, no,
SNES
I'm
one.
talking about like the old ass Sonic games.
No, yeah, the one where it's like you're looking from the side and you're running. Um,
Ah, yeah.
yeah,
Those.
I played like one or two. I played a lot
Okay,
more
yeah.
Mario than I did Sonic.
Oh, I mean, definitely Mario. Once upon a time, Mario was, the king. Now it's just a meme, but once upon a time, it was the best game.
Hmm, I'm just not sure though. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
else.
I mean, though, the funniest thing I should say is that it's been a while since we spoke about anime games.
It has. Well, we just started talking about like nostalgia games and things like that.
Yeah.
You'll go down the loophole and you just start thinking about it and you're like, man, dude,
Uh,
I wish they'd remaster a lot of these games. That's literally the first thought that comes to my mind is I'd love them to remaster Diddy Kong Racing.
yeah,
I'd love for a remaster of like all these different games and stuff.
I agree.
It'd be
I mean,
fun. Just go down to the nostalgia
when
rabbit hole.
when Eden's was, telling you to play like the older God of War games, like, you know, initially when God of War 3 ended, they said that was the last God of War game.
Yeah,
And I think this was in an E3, when these people were like, okay, we're going to introduce a new game, and
yeah, it
you know
was.
tell us what do you guys think about it. And the everybody was sitting silent. Nobody knew which game they were going to introduce. And there was this kid, of course, his kid, he's like playing outside or doing something, and inside his dad was like,
Bro,
dude, that scene,
that shit sent chills
people,
down my spine.
yeah, exactly, people went
Lou,
nuts.
Lou. So like basically, uh, so like I can't remember the entire trailer correctly, but like it's like how Fiend was saying they initially started off by showing Atreus. And then if I'm not mistaken, all you hear is boy. Then
Yeah.
he goes to, and then like the camera pans. If I'm not mistaken, it pans, and then it slowly shows us, and then we see this dude with a beard, and then it takes a second to realize, oh shit, that's Kratos. Dude,
Dude,
people
everybody
lost
went
it. Their shit.
crazy.
People lost it. I
Damn.
understand it
Exactly. I mean,
because it came out in 2018, and God of War 3. I
Hello.
hello.
I think he
Oh,
cut
I
out.
thought I cut out. Okay, Eden's cut out. Yeah, basically, God of War 3 came like long ago, and it ended in a way you could say, Kratos' story ended, but then they continued like, dude, that was just beautiful. I mean, all I'm saying is, there's a reason why people went crazy when they saw Kratos, because first three games were awesome.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to check him out.
Yep.
Anyways, I'm gonna wait for Eden's to get back in if he's gonna be able to.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me check real quick. Eden's, you in here? Yo. Son of a-
I mean, Eden's, I can see him in the call, but
it says he's talking, but I don't see him talking. For some reason I can't move my mouse. Well, it's not showing the cursor. I can move it, but it's not showing like where it is. Which I hate it when it does this because it's like
I mean, maybe Eden's didn't realize, so let me like,
there it is.
disconnect him from the call and then he'll come back.
Yep.
Okay, I just disconnected him from the call and let's see if he joins back.
Alright, let me message him real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even see him online. Okay, no, he is online. Hmm.
Okay.
Well, well, well. Okay, you guys definitely gotta watch my, Yamato's Devil Fruit video.
You want me to?
That shit
I
is
will. I
funny.
will.
I mean, dude, it's just 5 minutes long. Maybe Eden's would take 5 minutes. Watch it now.
Damn, his power went out.
Ah, fuck. Shit. Then, I guess we can end it ourselves.
Yeah. Fuck, man, that shit sucks.
Yeah,
Well,
that sucks.
then I just want to say thank you to everyone who stopped by. I really do appreciate it. Um,
Yeah.
if you're on YouTube, watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let
Yeah,
us know your
like,
favorite.
share, subscribe.
Let us know your favorite anime games. Let us know your favorite, the ones you like the best, the ones you don't like. Let us know your favorite nostalgic games as well. What
Yeah.
what got you into gaming? But anyways, hope to catch you all in the next one. This has been Anime Unhinged,
Yeah, with Haoshokulou from Twitch, the
and
Anime Fiend from YouTube, and Easy Edens from YouTube as well.
you know, don't forget to come
Wait,
back.
it's EdenzSaga, my
Yeah,
bad,
Eden
but
Saga on
everything
YouTube.
would be in the description.
Yeah, hope to catch y'all in the next one. Don't forget.
Yeah,
Have a good
yeah.
one. Peace out.